Section 8-5. 2 points determine a linear function. If you have 2 points, you can graph a line. Remember, the key word to linear is line. So here we have the point -4, 2, starting at the origin to the left -4, down 2, each marking on the vertical axis is 2 markings each. Each marking on the horizontal axis is 1, so be careful on that. So we went to the left -4, down 1, which represents -2. Then we have the point 3, 12. To the right, 1, 2, 3, and up 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So here we have a line that is formed of these 2 points. Okay, so 2 points determines a linear function. Next, let's find the slope of this line. Remember to find the slope. That's y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay? That is your slope formula. Remember, m is your slope or your rate of change. Now, when you're given these 2 points, -4, -2, and 3, 12, this first one is like 0.1. Remember, the first number is x, the second number is y. And since we've labeled it 0.1, I'm going to put little subscripts on each x and y to indicate this x sub 1 is the x value of 0.1. This y sub 1 is the y value of 0.1. So this one is 0.2. This one is 0.2. So looking at this point, this is x, this is y, this is x sub 2 and y sub 2. Those are not exponents, those are little subscripts. All right, so to find the slope, using the slope formula, we'll take y sub 2, which is 12, subtract off y sub 1, which is -2, divided by, we will take x sub 2, which is 3, minus x sub 1, which is -4. Now remember, subtraction means add the opposite. So we need to change both of these to their opposites. You change subtraction to addition, and you take the opposite of the second number. Well, when you do that, that changes both of those to their opposite. Changing subtraction to addition, the opposite of -2 is +2. Same with the denominator, keeping 3. Changing subtraction to addition, taking the opposite of -4 would be +4. So we have 12 plus 4, we have 12 plus 2 gives me 14, and 3 plus 4 gives me 7. And what is 14 divided by 7? I end up with 2. Therefore, this line has a slope of 2. I can go back and say that this line has a slope of 2. Now, to write the equation of this line, remember, we will need to write the equation of the line in the form of y equals mx plus b. All right? We know my slope is 2, y equals to 2x, but I don't know what my b is. Where does this graph cross the y-axis? Well, it looks like it crosses at 6, okay? But to clarify this, I want us to work this problem out algebraically and determine the y-intercept, okay? Because you may have a line that doesn't pass perfectly through an exact perfect point. So in order to find a y-intercept that is a fractional y-intercept, you would need to solve algebraically for b, okay? So what we're going to need to do to find b is I'm going to need to take a point, and I'm going to take this point right here, -4, 2. When I use the point -4, -2, -4 is my x, -4 is my y. I'm going to substitute in -4 right here, in for x, and I'm going to substitute in -2 in for y. So to do that, I'm going to plug in y is negative 2. So here I have negative 2 is equal to 2 times x, my x plugging in negative 4 plus b. When I do that, you see I plugged in negative 2 in for y, I plugged in negative 4 in for x. Therefore, the only variable that I have left is a b. Now that is a b. It is not a 6, that's a b. So therefore, if you only have b, you can solve for b. So let's go in and multiply. I have 2 times negative 4 will be negative 8 plus b. Now let's solve for b. To solve for b, you need to add 8 to both sides. Add 8 to both sides. Well, when you add 8 to both sides, negative 8 plus 8 cancel on the right-hand side. It's like an equation now. You've got just your letter b. And what is negative 2 plus 8? That gives you 6. So now we know that b is 6. We solved it algebraically. So to write the equation of the line, we know to plug in y equals mx plus b. We know my slope is 2. So I'm going to plug in 2 in for m, and we know b is 6. We solved it algebraically and determined that b was 6. So to find the y-intercept, take your linear equation, y equals mx plus b. You know the slope is 2. We found the slope using the slope formula. And take a point. Take either this point or that one. We could have used either point, and we would have found out that the y-intercept is 6. Because again, this one was nice because 6 was the distinct point that it touched. But I cannot guarantee you always that you will be able to determine what the y-intercept is from the graph, because it may pass in between the two lines and you don't know the exact fractional value. So to find a y-intercept or the initial value algebraically, you will take a point. Remember, we took the point, x was negative 4, plugged it in. We took the point, y was negative 2, plugged it in for y, and we solved for b. So once you find b, then you can go back and plug it into the y-intercept. So we used m and b to write the function rule. Therefore, the function rule for this line was y equals to 2x plus 6.